Hello YouTube, welcome to another one of my dueling videos, and today I have for you a Silent Swordsman deck. I went ahead and bought the structure deck, which it's the structure deck itself. It's good, but the only new card we're getting out of that is Silent Swordsman. So I did buy 3 copies because I wanted to try this deck at full potential, and I'm not running anything specifically themed. I know there's people running with Elemental Heroes, Destiny Heroes, Amazonas. I just put in warriors that I thought would complement Silent Swordsman. So this is as pure of a Silent Swordsman deck that I could think of. I threw in 1 Jinso in there because the thought of being able to have a field with Silent Swordsman level 7 negating all spells and Jinso negating all traps was just too good to pass off. He didn't come up a whole lot, and the deck would probably work a little better if you don't run him, but it's my boy Jinso, so he's in there. We have a lot of traps. That's why maybe you'd want to run more Karibos instead of Canadias and stuff like that if you want to play with the Jinso. But the deck worked for me just fine. So the extra deck is just a bluff because I'm not playing any tuners. We're using Field of Warriors to get that boost attack on Silent Swordsman. 1 Silent Swordsman level 7, it's all you need. 3 Silent Swordsman level 4. I'm sure you guys are familiar with it, but let's just go over the effect. Must be special summoned from your hand by attributing 1 warrior type monster, and cannot be special summoned by other ways. Once per turn during the standby phase, this card gains 500 attack, and that is during your opponent's or yourselves, which is really good. Once per turn during either player's turn, when a spell is activated, you can negate the activation. So just like Silent Magician. And then it says, if this card is destroyed by battle, or if this card in its owner's control is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can special summon 1 Silent Swordsman monster from your hand or deck, except Silent Swordsman, ignoring its summoning conditions. So very similar to how Silent Magician works. It's just that this guy's a warrior. Hey, the way he gains attack, it's a little bit different, but they're very similar cards. So for our warrior lineup, we have 1 DD Assailant, which is all I have. 2 Blue Flame Swordsman. I really like Blue Flame Swordsman because it can boost the attack of other warriors, so you can use it on your Silent Swordsman, to make him even beefier, and it's really cool. You can also attack with Blue Flame Swordsman first, and then move the attack to another monster, and maybe go for lethal that way. There's a lot of scenarios where I really like Blue Flame Swordsman. Also, at 1800 defense under the field spell, it's really good to just set and wait until you have your combo pieces. And then we have 3 Field Commander Ross, which is kind of the core of this deck. He's gonna let you put any warrior, level 4 or lower warrior type monster from your deck at the top of the deck. So if you don't start with Silent Swordsman level 4, but you have a Ross, you can just use him to normal summon him to put him at the top of the deck. Hopefully you'll have some back row to protect him, or another monster for the following turn to have your Silent Swordsman play. But if you already have Silent Swordsman, it's really nice to put something like Blue Flame Swordsman, DD Assailant as the next card to help you deal with anything problematic. If I were to cut Jinso, I would maybe put in one of these guys. I thought about it, but I started playing the deck like that, so I just kept it. A Green Kappa would be good because it's another monster that you can search or put at the top of the deck using Field Commander Ross, and then this guy is going to destroy 2 set spell and trap cards on the field. But that's if you don't want to run Jinso, or I mean you can run Green Kappa instead of the other ones. But I really like Field Commander Ross, 1800 beater under the field spell, so not too bad attack wise. 2 Silent Sword Slash, no reason to run a 3rd one when it's going away in the ban list, so just 2 of them. This card is nuts, you guys know how good it is. 1500 attack and defense. Until the end of the turn, the card is unaffected by your opponent's card effects. From the graveyard, you can banish it to search the Silent Swordsman. I mean, it's a crazy card. 1 Drowning Mirror Force, 2 Widespread Ruins. These cards were my obelisk outs in case I happen to run into an obelisk. Now I have to think about having that as an out because people might splash it on vampires or on for hires, and I want to be able to have an out. 3 Canadias, pretty standard, and 1 Spicy Spike Shield with Chain. You can make some cheeky OTKs if they flip your Silent Swordsman into defense mode, and you have like a Sword Slash and a Spike Shield with Chain. Your Silent Swordsman level 7 only has 1000 defense, so that's how they get rid of him a lot of the time, is putting him on defense. So I wanted to put that spike shield with chain just in case. It didn't come up at all in the videos, on the replays that you're gonna see, but I like having it there. It can prove pretty clutch. So let's go ahead and show you some of this replays. We got Ishizu Ishtar to start things off. Using Prescience. Okay, so at one point I was using enemy controller because I didn't want to put a card like Hate Grenade, and I was like, what's another semi-limited card that's really good? So I thought about enemy controller, but once your Silent Swordsman level 7 gets to the board, you know, all your spells are dead. So I wanted to make it more trap oriented. Same thing for Super Rush. So here we're just beating them down with 2 Blue Flame Swordsmen, and this was intentional, switching the attack to my Blue Flame Swordsman and making him smaller because I was gonna protect him with Super Rush Headlong anyway. So we're gonna call Wind on the weak one, and then he cannot destroy it. I'm gonna get a Field Commander Ross that's gonna put my Silent Swordsman at the top of the deck. Defense Draw is gonna protect him, his life points, and then he goes for Heretic Party. But I'm still gonna be able to destroy at least one of those Harpy Queens. So it's really cool because you can just switch the attack back and forth between these guys. That's what I end up doing, switching it back to Blue Flame Swordsman, so that his Harpy Lady 3 ends up suiciding. Even though I know he's gonna kill my other Blue Flame Swordsman, that's fine. I have Silent Swordsman coming up, and all I have to do is suicide, summon my Silent Swordsman level 7, give him the attack boost, and that is plenty of damage to win the game. So yeah, Super Rush and enemy controller I was running in place of Spike Shield with Chain and one of the White Spray Ruins. But like I said, because it's really easy to get your Silent Swordsman level 7 on the board, you don't want a lot of dead cards. You can argue that Jinso is also going to kill a lot of your traps, but in all honesty, when you put Jinso on the board, you're trying to put him on there so you can go for game. You're not gonna, the duel is not gonna last a whole lot longer after you go for that play. And I think this is the one duel where I pull off the Dream Field. So Master of Magicians is going to add a card. He sets 1 back row. We're just gonna go Field Commander, put DD Assailant at the top of the deck, and then go for my Silent Swordsman. We're gonna set the Canadian. Magician's Rod is gonna get Dark Magic expanded. So he's gonna destroy my Silent Swordsman. We get level 7 on board. And I go for the attack on the Magician's Rod. Hollow Life Barrier, it's kind of cool. I hadn't seen it in Dark Magician before, but they're using this with Magician's Robe, so you can special summon a Dark Magician from your deck during the opponent's turn. So I thought it was kind of neat. He's gonna go for the attack on my Blue Flame Swordsman. I'm switching the attack right here because I'm gonna be tributing this guy for Jinso, so I'm trying to use the effect before before it gets wasted, because you can only do it during the battle phase. So we're gonna use the Canadian on the Dark Magician, tribute for Jinso, and we got the Dream Field going. I didn't think he was gonna be able to get rid of Jinso, but he does summon a Cosmo Brain, and look how clutch the effect of Blue Flame Swordsman is turning out to be. He's at 34, otherwise he would be at 28, and Cosmo Brain would have been able to destroy him. But thankfully, my Blue Flame Swordsman came through. Let's see, Hallowed Life Barrier. I'm just gonna get a Canadian on board. I kept the Silent Sword Slash because that's lethal over this Cosmo Brain. And like I said, he can't really get over him with the attack he currently has. Plus I have Canadian to protect him, so didn't have to worry about setting Silent Sword Slash. He's only able to protect himself from 1 turn. We're gonna go ahead and use the Silent Sword Slash. He tries to activate Dark Magic Expanded, but it's just negated by my Silent Swordsman level 7, and that's the game. Yummy Yugi next. I really like this deck. Unfortunately, guys, we won't see this video until tomorrow, and I'm streaming right afterwards, so I won't be able to use it on stream. Otherwise, it would have been really fun to just play it some more, but I want you guys to watch the video first, because then a lot of you guys won't watch it if you saw it on stream. So we gotta get them views, boys. So not the greatest of hands, but we do have 2 Geargia, which is, you know, really good on its own. My opponent's gonna waste a Floodgate on Blue Flame Swordsman. That's completely fine. We get Field Commander Ross, so we can put our Silent Swordsman at the top of the deck. And now we see that we're going up against For Hire. So 2 Geargia against For Hires, it's really, really good. 9 times out of 10, if you have that, you'll be able to beat your opponent. He's running Destiny Draw, so he actually lets my attack go through, because this card was activatable the whole way. I'm pretty sure it was something like Geargia, but he wanted to take damage for his Destiny Draw. So during the damage step, I just chain both of my Silent Sword Slash, and that is an easy OTK. And just to show you that, you know, you can do that if you get lucky enough to have those 2 Silent Sword Slash. And that is probably the reason why Konami thought to announce the semi-limit ban, or, you know, restriction, before this card even came out, because with Silent Swordsman having 3 slash is just insane. And I've seen people run that, and I've lost to those people, but there's no point. Like, why do you want to get used to running a deck a certain way if it's gonna go away in a couple days, or I don't know, whenever it goes away? Going up against Balance, we're gonna just control our top deck, put our Silent Swordsman at the top of the deck, and if they destroy my Field Commander, I still have Blue Flame Swordsman, so I'm okay. And I was fine with that. He destroyed my Field Commander, but look at what cost. Forbidden Chalice, Galaxy Cyclone, and now all he has is 1 back row over there. So we're feeling good about this. We're going to set and tribute, and I go for the attack. I could have led the attack, I mean just suicide into this, but I don't know if that would have been the smartest play. Instead, I just, you know, activate my Silent Sword Slash, destroy the Geargia, and now we have 3200 beater on the board. Cyclone is going to destroy my Sogen, and then he's going to summon a Geargia and set 2 more. I pick up a Jinso, which is not great, because I don't have anything to tribute for. And his Geargia is going to take all my attack and defense boost. But he decides to go for Highs of the Brethren. And I don't know why he did that. I mean, I respect the play. He went ahead and destroyed my Silent Swordsman right here. But now he has a monster in attack position, and my level 7 is about to hit the field. So it's kind of questionable. I don't know what this back row is. I never get to find out, because I pick up a second Silent Sword Slash. Oh, I did get to find out actually. So Forbidden Chalice. Yeah, Forbidden Chalice was gonna do nothing for him, really. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, what other choice did he have, to be honest? But either way, we get rid of the Geargia and the rest of his life points. And then I have one more replay for you guys against the Joey Wheeler. I like the fact that I can use Tristan in the ladder. I don't have a lot of skills for him, so it's really hard to make decks with him. And this is just perfect, because I gotta get him to level 45. Mainly for those juicy gems. So we don't have a monster, but we have a lot of back row to hide behind, so... And my opponent is not trying to force anything. So Field Commander is going to set my top deck. We're gonna go ahead and put a Blue Flame Swordsman at the top of the deck. And we see that this is a Wing Kribo. And I have no fear against Last Gamble decks once Silent Swordsman is on the field. The reason why is because 9 times out of 10, a last gamble deck is going to rely on Hate Runate. If you can negate the Hate Runate, your back row stays on the field and you have nothing to worry about basically from that point on. So we destroy the Winkribo. He goes for Convert Contact. I think he wanted me to negate the effect, but no matter what he summoned, I was gonna use my Canadia, so I'm saving my negation for the Hate Runate, because I want my back row to stay on the field. There's the Hate Runate that I knew was coming, so we're gonna go ahead and negate that. And he's forced to last gamble and hope that he can draw into another Hate Runate. He rolls a 1, and that's the scoop. Yep. So I'm kind of happy that I don't have to worry about getting Runate into an OTK anymore. At least not when I'm running this deck. But it's really good. Again, I don't think this is the best way to run Silent Swordsman. I think the Amazoness deck is inherently better because Amazoness just has the answers to a lot of cards. In the mirror match, you're going to be able to banish their Silent Swordsman. It's already a trap heavy deck, so you're not worried about your level 7 negating a lot of spell effects. You have Silent Swords. I mean, you have Amazoness Swordswoman in case you have to deal with any big monsters. You just make your opponent take all the damage. So that's probably a better deck, which is kind of sad. We're going to be seeing a lot of Amazoness in the ladder again. Destiny Heroes, we knew they weren't going away, but I still had a lot of fun with this version. Probably Jinso is going to have to go to make the deck more consistent and more potent. And I wish I had a second DD Assailant to put in here as well. But other than that, I'm really happy. I think this is a very cheap investment. It's $6 and 500 gems to get all 3 of them. I feel like it's worth it. So if you are able to, I would definitely recommend you spend that and get yourself Silent Swordsman. But that's gonna be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, like, comment, and subscribe if you want. Join my Discord if you haven't. The link will be down in the description, along with my PayPal link if you guys want to support my channel, support my content. I really appreciate that. And until next time.